This class will be divided again in 4 sections. In the beginning, we're going to take a quiz that it will be a fusion of the 4 classes, of the 4 lectures that you have to watch, and that you recommended to just fuse everything into one quiz. Here, then I will talk about some of the announcement, the questions of the regarding the test, and later I will move to answer the quiz, and then we will move to answer a diagnostic test about Mendel. So let's start with the first quiz. And thanks so much for the people who answer this, the course feedback. This was anonymous, so I don't know who actually were the 9 persons who wrote who answered this, but I'm very grateful. And one of the comments, I'm going to try to implement as many changes as I can. For example, one that I will try to do is somebody suggests to combine all the quizzes for the week, so it's easier for them to answer, and I will try to continue doing that. And I remind you that if you have any question, in the video syllabus I talk about the Moodle page, the summaries, all the things how you should do it. Okay, so let's start here taking this quiz that include the Darwin, the blended inheritance, Mendelian inheritance, and also Galton. Now that we finished the quiz, now we're going to talk about a few announcements. So the first announcement, I will talk about the survey, then I will remind you 2 more things, and then I will move into the test. As I said, the survey was anonymous, and I again thanks so much for the people who answered. And one of the advices, it was this one, and I think is very good, that put instead of the week, I will have the date and the lecture. So he suggests part 1, or she suggests part 1 out of 4 or out of 2, or so you know how many lectures you have to watch for each section. So I will do it like that. And if I forget, in one case, just remind me that as I modified this during the reading week, maybe I forgot something. Again, thanks so much for the people that is uploading all their assignments in PDF, not in Word. This saved me a lot of time, and I can make sure that everything goes well. Again, now we're going to get into a hard section of the semester, the ending of the semester. So again, all these people, I know that we're in a very difficult time, so if you need to contact somebody, just let me know, or go and talk directly to these people. I can contact you with them. And if you are an international student, here is a good source. And finally, your first test. This first test, the main idea was to show you how to study for this class. I made it easier so you can do well. So now you know that you have your classes online, you have extra questions, you have the notes, you have the solutions, and you have so many tools to study. Here I made this practice test that was very helpful. And however, next time I will not have all the answers of the, if you took this practice test 20 times, you knew all the answers of the test. So there were people that finished the test really fast. Next time I will still use some of these questions for the practice test, but only you will have not all the questions, you only are going to have 1/3. So it will be useful to study the practice test, but remember to study all the other things too. So again, now you know how the zoom invigilation works. Now you know how to set up your camera. Please try to do it like this. Try to that I can see your screen. Don't cover with your body the screen. And please try to be 15 minutes earlier to the test. You saw that if you're online, you saw that it just take a lot of time to set up. Although I think next time, as you all know how to do it, it will be easier. But you know that it's not complicated, and that I am interested in that you succeed, not that you to make things more complicated for you. Now I'm going to talk more about some comments. And again, thank you for the people. This was a very good advice. And somebody asked me, what about if, you know, on Thursday, in addition to talk about the same thing that we talk, of the video lectures, we learn something new, yeah? And he said that, okay, I understand that it can help us to review some aspect, but what about if we talk about if you give us new information? And in this class, I always find two type of students. One that are science students and one that are students from other fields. And for the science students, especially for the one that took already genetic cells and energy, this class goes too slow. And for students, especially some that are not that haven't taken biology in many years, this class go too fast. Yeah, and I've tried to find an equilibrium, a balance. Sometimes it's difficult to please everybody, and I'm this person look like somebody, I don't know who was, but look like somebody that studied science, and yes, I completely understand. And every year something like this happen. This year in particular, this balance is more difficult to find because the disadvantage, it looks even sometimes that the science students, even some of them, they took the class with me, so they even on Moodle, they are much faster. They know how to watch a video lecture. They don't have questions. And on the other hand, the new students, you can have problems with the internet, with Moodle, with all the problems of the pandemic. And so I'm going to try to keep the balance and try to give you more information so you can learn more things in the class, and at the same time try to help everybody. Please, one thing that I will repeat multiple times: don't wait until April if you have any question. Yeah, if you have any problem, because I know that some of you are too busy, and if you had problem during a quiz with your internet or you don't understand something in Moodle, don't wait until April to tell me that. I generally, all the people that send me emails with problems, and they can retake the quizzes. Sorry, they can retake the quizzes. They can. I gave them extra time for assignments or things that they need. Just communicate with me. I'm trying to help you to succeed again, not to try to stress you more. So this is a good suggestion, and the suggestion is like, what about instead of having so many links, you have only one PDF where you have all the video lectures, and I want to be honest, I'm going to try. If I cannot do it, it's because I have too many things to do, but I will try. One thing, if downloading each PDF during the class is taking you too long, my advice is that you go and empty your recycle bin. Maybe is that you don't have a lot of space in your computer, and if downloading PDF is taking a lot of things from your desktop, please not only delete them but empty your recycle bin so your computer can be faster, because just few PDF, they shouldn't take you a long time. I am going to definitely try to do this, and next year I will try to do that. And let's see how many I can do, how many of the video lectures I can fuse like this. This was a very interesting um, suggestion that they suggest, what about if we watch some of the videos for discussion before class? And so we know better the videos, we have more ideas, and we can discuss better. And I think it's a great idea. Sometimes I used to do that. This year, as because of the pandemic, I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of information. So I just put the video lectures online, so you watch it, and in case that Moodle is not working, Zoom is not working, you have that information, and you have no problem. But I think this is very good. I tried that all the videos that we watch. Uh, you can watch them before class if you want. The in class discussions, I generally I post the videos before, so if you want you can watch them before and you can take some notes. And what I'm definitely going to do, and I have been trying to do, is to have, instead of that you watch all the videos, you have to watch one or two videos instead of the four, and you have more time for discussion. But definitely this will be very useful. Okay, so conclusion. So you can watch them before the class if you want, and you can take notes. And instead of watching all of them, you will have, for the class exercise, you will have to watch one or maybe two of them. So and I don't want that it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to know that you are paying attention during the class and doing something. So this is why I ask you to hand it in class. If it's 5 or 10 minutes late, it's fine. There is no problem. I'm not looking that it's perfect. I just know that I want that you know that you are working, that you are doing something. I find that many students uh, could they generally don't cannot come to class, or some of them just turn on the Zoom and then they left and they start watching Netflix. What I wanted to know is that which people is actually working and is trying to do an effort. And this is why I have the homework uh, for these in-class exercises. So again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yes, I just want that it is handing during the class time to know that you are doing something. Okay, I also found some comments related to the quizzes, that there are people that feel rushed during the quizzes, and I I know it's very difficult for some people that is not taking biology to take these quizzes, but I remind you that maybe some people take it faster, and I don't know if you are aware of this, but all the questions from the quizzes are, you can study before I post it, so you already know the questions. So to be honest with you, most of the people answer the quizzes in few seconds. Yeah, so most of the people, so this was the first quiz, and the grades, if you see, most of them got 10%, 100%, and few of them sometimes they made a type or they made a mistake, but generally the majority of the people have good grades. And this was the first quiz, and and this was had 4 questions, I think so. If you see, most of the people finished the quiz before 2 minutes, and I think that is because you already know the questions, so you can answer perfectly if you study 2 minutes before. Um, so my advice, it will be, uh, just go and before watching the video lectures, you know the questions, and when you watch the video lectures, you can answer those questions. So you can come and in uh, in less than a minute, you can answer those quizzes, because the answers are yeah, it is very easy. Yeah, I'm not trying to make your life difficult. Yes, if you study a little bit, you will do very well. And if you find something confusing of my Moodle site, here in the beginning, in the video syllabus, I sent you this long time ago. You can watch the Moodle page. And please, if you have problem with the quizzes, any problem happen to you, just send me an email and we can see how to solve your problem. Don't wait until April. Just talk to me before and we can solve the problems. Okay, this person, I was looking for people like this. I know that um, told me that it takes her a long time to transcribe the videos, and I want to make sure that you don't have to transcribe. You don't have to transcribe. You have to just take notes. So if you're transcribing the video, I don't think that this is useful. As she wrote, what I want is that in the same way that you're in a classroom, and I know that in class I have seen people falling asleep, especially at the end of the semester. So I just want that the same thing happen when you are at home and even I am not there. So I just want that you take notes, simulating what is happening during the class, so I know you're awake while you're watching the videos. It doesn't have to be a transcription. It has to just take. You just have to take notes. And please send me an email if you have any problem. If you miss some of the assignments, just let me know, and we can communicate and come to agreements. That I have done that with multiple students. Um, and again, in the video syllabus, in the beginning of the semester, if you want, you can watch this. I create a video before the class, before the in January, and I post how you were supposed to watch your video, how to you were supposed to make the summaries and take notes. And again, so why I'm doing this? Because so as I am a scientist, I love science. I was trying to see what are the best ways to teach classes like this one that are big, and they will be a lot of components will be online. And every time that they talk about it, they said that the making trying to study pedagogical different pedagogical approaches every time that you have to make students watch video and you don't want that they fall asleep, because this is pretty normal. They suggest to take notes, and it has been found that is very useful for students, and that in that way they learn more. So it's not something that I made up. It has been a study, and in this course that I took during summer, they talk about it, and they describe as a good practice to for teaching biology. So if you have any doubt, just send me an email. Sorry for repeating this so many times.